Welcome to today's lesson, a virtual field trip of Australia, looking at the impact of climate change and the ecological hazards and what that means for us, human beings living in Australia. So today we're in Western Australia and we're looking at the southwestern city of Perth, which is right behind me, the beautiful skyline, the metropolis of Perth, and this exquisite, expansive body of water, which is the Swan River. It flows past the city of Perth, 12 kilometers down to the ocean and the mouth of the river, which is at Fremantle, another metropolitan city of Western Australia. And what we're looking at today is the impact of climate change on this body of water and what that means for the people living in this urban area, particularly the homes, the multi-million-dollar homes that line the banks of the Swan River. Now, the Swan River is an 87-kilometer river. Much of that is homes and urban living, and also agricultural land. So predictions for climate change and what impact that will have on rising sea levels is that over the next 100 years, if the temperatures continue to increase at about 4 degrees, that means that water levels will rise by up to 8 meters in bodies of water such as the Swan River. And that's because it's connected to the sea, it's an estuary, the water is brackish, which means it's got salt and chemicals in it. And if the water rises, these homes would be completely flooded. Think of the disaster, think of the impact on lives, on families, on businesses, the city of Perth, all the agricultural land further up the river, and all of those beautiful farmlands and wine farms. That salt water would absolutely destroy the fertility of the soil and people's lives would be displaced. There are currently over 2 million people in Australia that live on waters such as the Swan River across all of the different states, and if the waters were raised by that level, there would be catastrophic consequences. So it would be an ecological disaster for Australia, and not just Australia but around the world. So during this field trip and case study, we're going to be looking at various areas in Australia, what impact climate change can have on these areas and what that means as us as geographers. How can we combat this? How can we understand the place and the space and the impact for us as geographers? How can we change it? How can we produce a better environment for us to live in? How can we manage possible natural disasters that we can't control? How can we better manage that? How can we build differently? Let's take a look at that over the next couple of days.